Hello everyone, welcome back to the United Star. And today we have a full house here with Vishesh, Priyan, and Rishi, and we're going to talk about the one thing that's been talked about the entire season and how frustrated we are with it. That is VAR. And without wasting any time, let me get its greatest critic, Rishi Chauhan, into it.
Guys, I'm going to be straight up honest over here. VAR is not football. It completely breaks the flow of the game. It's absolutely pointless and it doesn't get any decision correct. Okay, let's break it down. Okay, a goal happens, an offside happens, whatever happens. Okay, the rules are that VAR will only overturn things when the ref's decision is is like completely blatantly wrong. Now they have no objective means of defining such things. I mean, do they give managers these options that no, this is blatantly wrong, that is blatantly wrong? Managers also never get the option to review. So who are these referees sitting outside subjectively applying these rules? That's one. The breaking of flow is the worst part of the game. It takes away completely from the celebrations. It takes away completely from the emotions that one feels while playing football. And let's not forget, football is all about the emotion. Most people abroad criticize football for being sideways, left, right, whatever. But what they don't realize is the emotion that one feels when the ball goes at the back of the net, and that has completely been drained out of the football. Now, I'm not going to lie. I was at one point in time, I was hopeful that VAR would work, but in this rendition of its form, it's basically just a review in cricket, which takes 10 years to complete. And this is not cricket, guys. Let's face it. This is football. This is up, down, up, down, up, down, and it cannot be stopped. We need to get rid of VAR. And while we're on VAR, I would like to also say VAR needs to review Mike Dean's beard. That beard is horrendous. And that's where we actually need the review. Yeah. You know what I want to see? What I want to see is Premier League release official stats for how many VAR decisions were taken this season, how many decisions were actually correct that VAR took, and how many decisions should have been changed. So these decisions will actually help clubs move forward and decide whether we want VAR or no. And they can draw all the lines that they want from armpits and butts and all, but that's not football, guys. We talk about millimeters, but that's not the millimeters we're talking about. The millimeters we're talking about is that emotional millimeters. It's the, oh, I almost got my leg to it. It's not, oh, my nail was offside, so I'm offside. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
Absolutely. Rishi is completely right. VAR was brought in to rule out clear and obvious mistakes, and now it seems like a geometry class that goes on every time VAR is on. And as Mourinho said, he doesn't want to talk to the assistant referee, and it almost seems that the referee has been turned into that. Priyan, what do you think?
I partially agree with Rishi. I am completely against VAR. It's breaking up the flow of the game. And Rishi said all decisions are wrong. I don't think all of them are wrong, Rishi, but a lot of them are wrong, and that is not good for the game. I think the biggest problem with VAR is that the rules are not defined. You don't have any objective rules, and every game you see, you could have either of the two happening. If there's a goal, one game maybe the goal is given, the second game maybe exactly same condition, but the goal is not given, and that cannot be how a rule. That cannot be. That's not following rules. Rules have to be objective. That's the definition of rules. Um, for example, I think the Spurs game, they where they lost against Sheffield. I think Harry Kane scored, and it was given not a goal, not no goal, because Lucas Moura handled the ball apparently. But so their justification for that was that below the Premier League batch, that's handball. If it's above, including and above that, it's not a handball. Now, if you see today, by the ball hit him here, and that's clearly on the batch or maybe even above the batch, but that was given handball. So they have to make sure, if they have to continue and go forward with VAR, they have to get in rules which are concrete and which are objective. You can't have a rule which is something interpreted in some way in one game and the other way in another game.
Guys, let me ask you a question. I think it was the first game of the restart where the ball went behind the net, but the goal line technology didn't
Right.
catch it. So why doesn't VAR overrule over there? Why doesn't VAR step into those situations where it's an obvious mistake? This
Exactly.
is this is what I'm telling you. It's frustrating, is because they themselves don't know when they want to apply it, when they don't want to apply it. It's like the referee sees, like, okay, today I feel like giving it. Tomorrow I'm like let it be. Like, let these poor kids have
Exactly.
the food that they want. It's like that sort of thing.
And we already
Yeah.
have water breaks in the middle. That's ruining the flow
I'm telling
anyway.
you, VAR was a conspiracy to make Liverpool win. That's I'm telling you, someone needs to research
Exactly.
this.
No, I think Priyan makes a very valid point that VAR was brought to bring consistency, but there is no consistency. But when we talk about objectivity in rules as well, I mean, some of the rules the referees aren't allowed to even interpret, like the Lucas Moura handball. The guy was falling down and it hit his hand and it was
Exactly.
given from 2 meters away, he's falling down. He doesn't even know it's hit his hand. How can that be a handball? So it's almost as if all the rules that are there behind VAR also are devoid of any footballing logic. And how
Exactly.
can you enforce these rules? Vishesh, what do you think? Is there any logical sense to what is happening right now?
VAR is personally removing the fun out of football. I mean, today we as United fans have come out to talk about this because of the game that took place against Bournemouth, right? Otherwise, again, Priyan and I were having a conversation. VAR helped us against Norwich, so why are we talking about it today? But if we look at VAR just since like post lockdown, it's been horrific. I mean, you can rely on technology, but you shouldn't allow the game to be run by technology. Rishi mentioned the game Sheffield Aston Villa, where the ball was behind the line. All 22 players playing and three referees, possibly the referee on the other end as well, could see the ball was behind. So if the players know it, you can see it on the goalkeeper's face. Why are we dependent on technology? Why aren't we taking into fact that it's a goal and giving it the way? I mean, you want to remove the smallest of human errors? That doesn't make sense. Today, Rashford's goal. I'm being very picky to United's game, but today's Rashford's goal, his what toenail was offside. These are the goals we want to see. This is the stuff we want to see. Eric Bailly, Lamela, no, who was he? Eric Bailly's handball. How is that a handball? It's this area that this is not counted, as they said in the Spurs game. Stay consistent. Where I mean, you know that the passion that's there while watching a game is lost during VAR. Fuck, sorry for abusing, but Bruno's free kick, they were looking at Matic being offside. It's a free kick. How is he offside? He's gone for goal. He's not passing it to Matic. There is no form of justification here. Well, you know, a lot of non-United fans will come in and be like, there was a game where Maguire was lying on the goal line and the ball went in and it was, disrupting De Gea's vision. I think it was the Everton game that we drew 1-1. And
Right.
they were like, VAR helped you out there. Yeah, because that was obstruction. But there are multiple cases in which VAR hasn't helped us. Crystal Palace, De Gea went to collect the ball. The player punched him in his stomach, given a goal. Today, penalty. VAR has not been consistent. I think the only solution to this is remove VAR and let there be a screen for the referees to see if they think their decision is incorrect. And if you
I
want
think
it
the
to be
main
so much, then let's just have a manager gets to raise like recheck that decision. I think I'm right. Like something like I don't know, some cricket rule, because we're anyways having water breaks and also the sport is just going
Challenge the
down the
rule.
drain anyways. So yeah.
No, I completely agree, Vishesh. I completely agree. I think it's y'all are making very valid points in the sense that it's not consistent, and the main thing it's devoid of football logic, right? You have a rule, but like when you talk about offside, for example, it is something that helps the player in scoring is offside. Now, I've seen offsides where someone's hand is offside. How can the hand help a player to score? It does not make sense. Like the referees and the players and the management need to have a hard look at themselves as to what they're trying to achieve with these rules. Because how can you call the hand, which is anyways an illegal part to touch the ball with for an attacker, a a possible advantage? It does not make sense. An elbow, how is an elbow a possible advantage, right? Doesn't make sense. For example, there have been multiple instances. It's not just United fans, right? VAR has been inconsistent for everyone. At times it helps you, but everyone's frustrated by it. I've seen Arsenal fans, Manchester City fans, apart from Liverpool fans, as Rishi said, everyone's been frustrated with VAR. And it is genuinely problematic because we don't mind there being lesser mistakes by referees, but what we are saying is you have to have consistency. You can't lose the sort of footballing logic behind decisions, and the rules have to be applied for everyone the same way. And as Vishesh said, every other league has a monitor on the screen, but Michael Dean and Michael Oliver probably are too lazy to jog across and look at a monitor. So it's actually frustrating. And this is where I agree with Jose Mourinho. That game, this first goal that Priyan and Vishesh have already mentioned, that Lucas Moura handball was not a handball. The second one where Harry Kane scored and it was given a foul for him pushing a player down, that is one of the softest fouls I've ever seen. If you want to do that, then oh yeah, like cricket, we're going in the direction of cricket. Let's make football a non-contact sport as well. So I mean, we've raised some.
Rishabh,
Yeah,
I'd like
Rishi.
to add one last point about offsides is, in offsides, they only check whether the player's offside. They don't count the exact frame when the ball is released. And we have to remember that offside is about when the ball is released and where the attacker is when the ball is released. But VAR never checks that precisely as they check whether the player's offside or no. Why don't we slow down to the exact frame when the ball is released? They will never check that. So how can we be 100% sure that even when they're doing all their geometry and their weird 3D angles and all, by the way, someone needs to check the math on this because I don't think it's correct. They're using some weird ass angles and some weird ass vertical lines, which I don't think count. Okay. Yeah. So if they're checking all this, why don't they check the frame as well? There are so many inconsistencies, so many loopholes, and they need to, like Vishy said, they need to do something in which the referee can recheck his own decision, or at least give the fans and teams an option to vote on whether they thought the decision was correct or no. At least the teams give the manager a decision at the end of the game to suggest whether the decision was correct or no, so that they have a cumulative database at the end which they can look back and check. 10 managers felt that most decisions were wrong, so let's look back at it and let's see what we can do. Because let's face it, we used to get angry at referees before, but that was part of the game, getting angry at the ref. Now we're getting angry at something that's supposed to fix that anger. Can you believe it? That's the level we are at.
No,
I
I mean,
mean, getting angry at the ref for small
thing.
mistakes is okay, but here VAR is slowing down the game plus making mistakes, and that
Yeah,
makes no sense at all.
and let me add one thing out here. Jose Mourinho came out after the Sheffield United game and said he doesn't want to talk about VAR anymore. So that just goes to show that if you revolt against VAR, you get a fine. You say anything about VAR, you're fine. And I know Mourinho is slightly, an extravagant character, but that's how things are. I don't think football should function this way. I don't think we as fans want to see this. I'd rather be abusing the referee in the heat of the moment rather than thinking about, oh shit, technology made me lose the game.
Yeah.
Because if football
I
is
think
boiling down to technology, I'm going to lose interest in the sport, and I don't want that.
I think we've summed it up quite well. I think there are multiple errors as to how far back you look as well. And like yesterday, Mora's handball, right? He was fouled. So then if the goal was disallowed, Spurs should have got a free kick, but that didn't happen. So there are a lot of things that are wrong with VAR, and we've already vented our frustration and also raised very valid points as to why it's not right. So let us know what y'all think in the comments. And it's not just United fans, remember, it's the entire Premier League that's angry with it. So remember that and let us know what y'all think and what changes should be made, especially for next year. So thank you guys for watching.